Obviously, not the result we wanted. Right now, we're in a little bit of a kind of back and forth situation. We're not playing really good complementary football. We're not stringing enough consistent plays together. Offensively, we're really struggling to move the football consistently. There's plays where we chunk it. There's plays where we're penalizing ourselves. Defensively, we're doing some things, but I think we're keeping them out there too long. It's a lot of plays against good football teams defensively that, we stop them, get them to third down, they get a big play. Not good. Not good. Obviously, no one is excited about the result. I still think we got the right mentality as players. We got to put our guys in some better positions as coaches.
First quarter, I thought you guys got good pressure on the quarterback. Did something they do change, or was that just kind of a way the defense was out there and wearing down?
Yeah, no, they started going 7 and sometimes 8-man protection. When they knew they had to throw it, and kind of ran 2-man routes. And I thought we had guys in position. I thought we didn't consistently make the play. It wasn't that guys were running wide open. It was, guys run a slant, guys on his back. We don't miss the tackle. Guys run, post. We pass it off good, which we hadn't done in a couple of weeks. Guy makes a good catch in front of Mike on the touchdown. They run the slants. We got good coverage. I think it was Deani missed the tackle. Guy goes down the sideline. So I think we're in the right position. We're not making enough plays. Obviously, we got to continue to hound on that. We got to continue to improve our tackling on the edge with our perimeter guys. I thought today, for the first time defensively, we didn't give up the explosive, nobody in the vicinity play. But we got to make more plays. And then offensively, we got to help them out because they're out there too long. So there are some opportunities where we get them stopped and we don't respond. And that's where over time it catches up to you.
Where does the offense go from here? Obviously you can get a touchdown tonight, but where do you want to see them go the last?
Yeah, I think we got to be more consistent. There's plays where we go 1 or 2 plays and we make some positive gains, then we back ourselves up. Consistency in the O-line right now is big. We're making some blocks and we aren't making some blocks and we're penalizing ourselves. I thought Cam played a little better tonight with his legs. That was one thing that I think helps us. Throwing the ball is tough when you can't protect. Running the ball was hit or miss. I thought they did some good things, slanting the line and kind of putting us in some different positions. Right now we're real hit or miss. We've got to find a stride offensively to kind of help the defense out. If we can put some points on the board, I think our defense will rally. I think our defense is in a good spot when we are able to put points on the board. We haven't been able to do that. So now every play for them has got to be, they got to play shutout football, which is not realistic. So we've got to help them out. Complementary football is big. Earlier in the season, that's what we were able to do, and we had a lot more success at it. Right now, we're struggling with that.
Positive from tonight, Sean Salas steps up, gets a couple big catches. What did you like out of him, and how has he progressed since he's been here?
Yeah, I thought, he's doing a good job. We've got some tight ends that are banged up, and at that position earlier in the season had a lot of production for us, and it really helps our offense because we can run the ball and throw the ball. We've lost some guys at that position, or some guys are behind the 8 ball injury-wise at that position, so now guys got to step up. I thought Salas has done a good job. He's got to continue to improve. He's doing a really good job in the pass game. Got to use him and Matillo, a combination of those guys, and Soto. In the run game, it makes it tough when you got to sub a guy in for a run or pass. It's kind of what we ran into last year. We had Cade, we had Toby Payne. Those guys were kind of, you could keep them out there and do a little bit of both. Right now, we got to find a complete identity on offense. We have an identity, but it's not consistent enough. That's on myself. That's on the coaches. With the pieces we got, it is what it is. What we got as far as injury guys, health guys, what our positional strengths are right now. We've got to find a little more consistency in that unit.
Obviously, you're not happy with the results that have been occurring, but are you happy with the depth and how they've kind of stepped into some of those roles?
I'm happy with the depth. I don't know if I'm ready to play them right now. Some of the guys are being forced to play a little bit before they're ready. One of the things we've been able to do over the last couple of years is have some development where a guy would play a certain amount of plays each game until they were ready to take on the load. We're not able to do that. Right now, it is what it is. I know from a outside perspective, you look at the result, and that's all that really matters. But there is some progress. There's some guys that are really taking advantage of the opportunities. There's some guys that are getting better. We've got to get them on the same page. The guys who have been playing, the guys who are stepping in the roles, consistency. We got to get consistency in the controllables, right? Tackling. We've got guys in the right spot now, so we're eliminating the kind of the mental bust, blocking the guys in front of you, doing a really good job of catching the football. Like, we got to start getting the controllables a little more consistent. How do you do that? You got to keep putting guys in until you find a guy who can, consistently make those plays. The tough part is you're a little limited on guys, because you're starting to move pieces around to kind of create opportunities, to be consistent. But you're also putting guys in position where maybe they're not ready. And as coaches, we got to find the guys that are ready, and we got to find a way to get the ball or get the guys in position that can make the plays.
What's the urgency? At this point in the year, 4-5, 3 games left on the schedule. Running out of opportunities. Yeah,
got to find a way to go 1-0 next week. That would be the same thing if we were 9-0. That's the beauty of the process. The process doesn't change. Obviously, and when I say that, I don't want people to think that we just go back and do the same thing and don't look at the reality of it. But the process is still the process. What we do within the process has got to continue to improve. Just like if we were 9-0, we'd be finding ways to go beat the next team. We got to find ways to go beat the next team. Obviously, coaches got to step up, players got to step up, myself, everybody. It's no one thing. It's not like this is bad or that is bad. We've got some issues. I think they're all fixable. Some of them may not be as fixable as, hey, A to B. Some of it may be we got to go A to B to C in order to get the best product out of this unit or this group or this person. And that's what the coach's job is. That's our job as coaches to find those answers. It's our job as coaches to continue to motivate the players to go 1-0 next week. That's all we can do. If you may wave the magic wand over this, everybody would love to be undefeated and all of those things, but the reality is we're not. The reality is we got an opportunity next week, for the 75 game, to find a way to go 1-0 with the pieces we have. That's just the bottom line. We've got to find a way to go 1-0 with the pieces we have.
You've talked a lot about accountability over the last 2 weeks. Have you thought about making a change in who's calling the plays, or is that
no? That's not a. I don't believe in that middle of the season because I don't think it's one person. I don't think it's one. We do it all together, and the ideas and the plays on either side of the ball or special teams is a collective effort. Everybody chips in. Everybody says, hey, these are the plays we feel really good about. And between every series on both sides of the ball, we're talking about what we're thinking about doing. I'm not a believer in doing that in the middle of the year and this person's. I don't believe that. I believe you continue to trust the process. You continue to find the best possible answers, and you continue to work. That's my belief.
Last one for me. Good to have JJ back out there. And obviously, you got a few guys back from injury that didn't play against Coach.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Obviously, I thought the communication was a little bit better. I thought, for the most part, we were in the right positions. Making the plays is an execution standpoint, but getting us lined up and getting us in the right position, I thought we were a little more better. We're better at that. I haven't looked at the film. But I didn't feel like there was a guy just running without a guy near him. I thought at least we were in position to make plays. Now we have to take the next step and actually make those plays.